Just annoying them.
Yeah, that's part of it. That's her. That's how she fed originally. Is she would just annoy them into being like, "Please kill me," and she'd be like, "Thanks."
Because I'm not a bad person.
You're not a person.
You're not people. You don't have a soul.
You're a bad vapor.
I mean, that's the thing. Is by definition, you are in fact a bad person because you're not a people.
Or would she be a bad No. I'm overthinking it.
Yeah,
You put more thought into it than.
It requires.
Story of my life.
So we good? All right.
We doing this?
Awkward silence.
It's okay. I'll edit it out and only make you seem awkward for saying awkward silence.
Awkward Mike.
Isn't that the norm?
Yes.
So speaking of normalizing awkward, welcome to the Average Adventuring Party podcast, where the adventurers may be average, but their adventures are not. I keep changing it up subtly every time.
Does that make you feel good?
No. It makes me feel like it needs an awkward silence.
Bustin' makes him feel good.
Busted makes me
No.
No.
feel bad.
Oh, you should see a doctor about that.
As you should.
Or you're Catholic.
Oh.
Nope. So anyway,
edit here.
listen, as the only person who's had a joke completely and entirely edited out from this podcast, I'm going to leave this one in on Steve.
We don't get a call 911? Nah.
Nope.
Previous reference.
Oh.
Anyway,
For the $911 tier, you can hear that joke.
and that's cut.
Success again. For our 9/11 special.
So
Anyway.
So starting over, welcome to the Average Adventuring Party podcast, where the jokes are terrible.
And
But
so
the
are
party
the
is
people.
too.
And the party is full of terrible people too. The characters are all right. The party is just horrible, terrible players.
We're all babies who never done anything wrong in our lives.
Amen. I'm a saint.
I'm going to need you both to just take that character sheet and crinkle it up, eat it.
Uh-huh.
Me.
That's not so bad for her.
Yeah.
She's running a temporary character.
Yeah.
I suppose you do have a 19-page.
And if we know Mike, it's on cardstock.
He's got it on a clipboard, too.
Actually, and clipboard.
It's very impressive. If only you listeners could actually see this work of art that is, this work of art and organization that is Mike's character sheet, whereas me, I'm like, oh, fuck, where did I put that page? Oh, that's in a different binder.
Well, what's even funnier is, for my game, highly organized, color-coded, everything is fantastic. Work, sticky notes everywhere.
I mean, we've all run the sticky note character. Speaking of sticky characters,
Yes.
what happened last time, you guys?
Well, we followed Nameless, who is experiencing some spiritual abilities where he's able to communicate with dead, or I'm assuming dead animals that belong to his grandfather. We followed him into a tree, and that took us to where Iocus's ex-wife was.
Spoiler, Iocus has not gotten his ass kicked yet by her.
Yes, and
Yet.
she is bound by some sort of draconic sigils, and when we informed her of the weather patterns in the rest of the Centaur plains, which have not been affecting, how do we say her name? Cassar, yes. Cassar's lands, she surmised that the dragon that Kassar has allied herself with is responsible for, well, not just the magic that binds her, but also the weather patterns. So we followed Nameless into a tree that his falcon buddy lured him into. Well, I say lured, but led him to.
Iocus is very excited because right now the plan stands at find the dragon guy and punch him. This is much more Iocus's thought pattern and speed, and he's happy to do it.
Plus, punching him until it explodes, it's fun.
Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah, wait, he has hordes of undead.
Yes.
Yeah, oh yes, that's going to be
Is that going to be my job to handle?
that's going to be a danger for sure. Luckily, Neville has used his commander's dust to help plan strategies, and the effect of the commander's dust is that for 24 hours after using the dust to formulate a plan, all viewers gain one reroll that they may use for any d20 roll that is in service to the goal.
You should write that down.
That's fair.
Yeah, just
Oh, sorry.
Ah, noises!
sounded like you were going to start the Lion King opening. Ah!
It's a vineyard in a vegetable.
It's on the menu.
Disney called. They would like you to take 1d6 lawyer damage.
Oh, wait. Damn it! That was 5 lawyer damage. We are no longer a podcast.
Nope, I'm just going to blame it all on you guys and disappear.
To Mexico with all the money we've made.
I
You
You
made
made
it to
money?
Taco Bell.
I don't think the money we have made would even buy gas to get me to Mexico from here.
We made money?
Technically.
You guys are getting paid?
No.
So yeah,
He's like, about that jacket.
you step through that tree
Again.
step out the other side. Nameless is waiting there. And by the time Iocus gets through, you can see that you are significantly further west, mostly because you can see the wall, or what remains of it. There is a gigantic chunk of mountainside that appears to have been blown right through it.
Oops.
And on the other side, you see just a massive jungle. Vines and tendrils have already started creeping their way through this hole in the wall. And for probably hundreds of feet around, there's just a floor of vines.
What a glorious hole.
Need some trimming.
Right, we'll say that's maybe like a mile away or so from you. In between you and there is a centaur village,
Oh, no.
and it looks like it is completely empty.
Okay.
The grass all around it is dead. All the foliage is dead. There are, out in the fields, there are some animals, mostly like sheep and cows, things like that. They are also dead. This place, like, you can taste rot. It,
Is the tree we came through alive?
yes,
Okay.
but it is quite a ways away.
Okay. Just making sure it hadn't reached here.
Foul sorcery befouls this place.
Calaise, does this seem familiar? Has this happened anywhere that you're aware of from the dragon sorcerer?
Oh, this is... And then she looks over her shoulder and looks at the wall, looks up to the mountains. This is where he bases himself out of. At least when Kassar took me through his land. She gifted this village to him so that he wouldn't have to stay with us, and he comes and goes as he pleases, as she needs him.
see any sign of occupation?
It looks completely and entirely empty.
Hey, your little eye guy, does he see any undead around here? You said he was an angel.
Yeah, but I can only use him to scout once a day. Sorry.
No, it's
I mean,
okay.
but if we do see any undead, he can take care of them very quickly.
Except me.
Yeah, except for her.
Technically, he could take care of Philomena as well.
I mean, yes, but
No.
we're trying not to do that.
No,
Yeah,
he
It
can't.
is a matter of
No.
whether or not it is possible, whether or not it is preferential is a purely academic concern.
I think he's saying you don't do well with the holiness.
That may be true, but that doesn't mean it's gonna take me out.
It might.
Neville, aren't you a man of science?
Let's not
No,
find
but
out.
we're not going to experiment and find out.
Well, let's not stand around here. Let's see what we can, what kind of information we can gather if we've come this far. And so Iocus will start heading down towards the village, I guess.
You head down towards the village, and the walk is just generally unpleasant, mostly because of the smell, but also when you reach this ring of dead grass, it is slimy and rotten and molded.
Ew.
And
What's you?
at one point, you realize like you are stepping on, like you step into a nest of just maggots that squish up under your hooves.
Nope.
As I'm walking, I'm just kind of shaking my boots. my hooves.
You don't have boots. You have
Yeah,
hooves.
I know.
You
But
gotta give him some boots that are really just like leg wrappings that have like an open bottom, so that he can look like he has boots.
Yeah, we could do that.
but like I'm kicking it off because while I don't feel it per se, it's gross.
Yeah, it is horrendously gross.
I am not.
Philomena, you don't.
I'm not corporeal right now. Fuck
I
this.
am not.
Is there any way to walk
She's a
around
vapor
it?
right now.
You're really not.
Yes.
You're really not getting the smell or.
That's why when she said ew, I said, what?
As we're walking, Neville will be like,
You see, this is why it is advantageous to be a vapor.
Still not a vapor. It's a ghost.
and Neville just like swipes his hand right through Philomena.
It's like, vapor.
Ghost.
Vaporous ghost.
So then ghost.
Yes, it has never been in contention whether or not you are a ghost, but you have taken offense at the term vapor, which is merely just a classification of your state of being.
But I prefer ghost.
I was rolling odd or even to see which side I took on this.
You should respect her chosen pronouns.
I think at this point we'll agree she's a ghost.
Oh, yes, most certainly a ghost.
Okay.
But a ghost of the vaporous class, which
But
is
I pre-
advantageous.
But I prefer
Guys,
ghost.
not deny your
ghost.
That's great. We're in the bad guy's home. Maybe we shouldn't be discussing loudly about vapors or ghosts. Trying to see what we can see.
Maybe we
hear
should.
what we can
Maybe
hear.
it will attract him.
Yeah,
Do we
from,
want that?
From if you've ever been near a rickety wooden structure, the wind kind of blows a little bit, and there's all the trees and all the grass and everything's just rotten down to the dirt. So there's nothing to stop it, and the wind blows through these structures and kind of whistles, and most of them start creaking. And they're just Calaise.
Nope. Nope.
She looks up. I'm not the only one that heard that, right?
Yeah.
Nope.
I was about to say, hey, did you hear that?
Nameless draws his bow.
I'll pull my jacket on.
Funny story.
Yeah, that
You don't have a jacket.
Oh,
I feel naked.
Calaise, stops in place and pretty much puts her back to Iocus and starts looking behind you. And she says, "Who's there? Who knows my name?" And it's just quiet. The wind starts blowing again, starts creaking. You hear, "Intruders."
Neville will, well, since he has shared that blue dragons are arrogant, he will start saying to them,
This is nothing to fear. It is only the work of a cowardly and unpowerful being.
Let's make fun of the character.
The wind blows again, and
Fuck you.
you just hear asshole. No, you hear that creaking. Calaise, parlay.
I think they want to speak with you, Calaise.
She spins around and says, "Well, what are you waiting for? I'm here."
I'm right here.
You hear that creaking all around you. A bunch of doors slam open, slam close, slam open. And when one right nearby you slams open, standing in it is a figure. He's in a robe. He's got his hands braced on the doors, and they are just gigantic talons.
blue talons?
The talons themselves, no.
But
The scales attached to them are blue. And it beckons. "Come into my parlor," said the spider to the fly. And it just turns around and walks into the building.
Iocus will start striding forward, like he's not waiting for anyone. He's tired of this shit.
Blue dragons are very arrogant, and they will try to assert superiority over you.
No, I'm a good ways up there.
Yeah, if you go into the building, just in the dark, this is one of the larger buildings in the village. Sitting on a table is that figure. And you
What?
just hear its claws clicking on the table. You're being particularly slow.
That's my standard.
You would do well to speed up.
Okay.
I do not have all day.
Why the parlay?
I suppose it would be more accurate to say you do not have all day. I have all the time.
Okay, last worm I saw was a whole lot bigger, so quit wasting my time. What's going on?
Oh, I just wanted to know why you were here.
Remove the binding from my wife. Stop fucking with the weather. And I'll let you live.
I'm not influencing the weather. The binding is irreversible.
Remove the binding from my wife. Stop fucking with the weather. And I'll let you live.
She looks at the rest of you. He's particularly dense, isn't he?
Yes.
Your kind are not known for their intelligence. I shall endeavor to use smaller words so that you can understand my meaning.
Would be a good choice.
I am not influencing the weather.
Might want to say a different word than influence.
I suspect that he
Making
understands
the
meaning.
weather go whoosh whoosh.
That was worth it, just to make a dragon of your mighty power go whoosh whoosh. Who's the idiot now?
Still you.
Fair point.
So if you're not manipulating the weather, then who is?
I have no idea.
Well, you're no help.
Do I know?
I never claimed to be of
Do
help.
I? As a draconic scholar, does Neville know if blue dragons would lie? Would they deign to lie?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Almost universally, dragons will do whatever they feel is appropriate to any given situation.
Neville's suspicion is that he's telling the truth when he says that he's not the one controlling the weather, but that he is purposefully leaving out that the only way to reverse his sigil is to kill him. Does that seem accurate?
You can make me a check for it.
That is, oh wow, that's an 18 on the die plus 5 plus 4, so that is 27.
So even the greatest of magics, like the magics that help found the world, they're reversible and modifiable to an extent. So any lesser casting, there's almost certainly a way to affect it or undo it.
There is most certainly a way to undo the sigils. However, it would take a very skilled and talented caster in order to do this. I suspect we will need to travel elsewhere.
And Neville will turn around and start walking.
It just watches you go. Well, that's an opinion he is having.
How far away is he?
You go out the door. Do you
No,
keep-
not him. How far away from Iocus is the dragon?
Maybe like 10 feet.
So I could kick him in the nuts pretty easy, right? Well,
He's sitting on a table.
I kick
Or
through
she.
the table.
Mhm.
Iocus laid down his demands. He does not trust a word that he says. So he said he's not influencing the weather. He said that it can't be reversed. We've already established, even without his knowledge check, we've already established that his death would reverse it. So Iocus has been restrained for quite some time, and so he's going to go up and try and actually hit the guy.
Okay.
Classic Iocus coming out, so I'm sorry, but
So I need you to actually make me a save.
okay. Mental, physical.
Just a save.
That's a 1.
Oh
You've got a reroll.
no! Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Whatever the result is,
A reroll from what?
Commander's Dust.
Oh, yes.
because I'm trying to further our goal against the blue dragon. That is a 9 on the dice.
Okay. So
Better than a 1.
Yes.
when you go to strike this creature, we'll say everyone else sees it leap back off the table into a very nimble handstand and then flip itself over. As far as Iocus is concerned, that creature is still sitting on the table, and when he smashes into it, a bunch of hands just burst through the floor. They are rotten and maggot covered, and they just grab onto his legs and pull him down through the floorboards.
Okay.
At which point, this creature says, "You are a fool. I would have assisted you, but you've made your preference known." And it turns its back on you and walks out the other side of the building. For those of you in this main room,
Yeah, Neville didn't get very far.
yeah, Neville didn't get very far before Iocus pulled an Iocus.
He Iocused it up.
Yeah.
You're probably the only one looking outside this door. Throughout the whole village, just hands start bursting up out of the ground.
Well, that is where the horde of undead is. Everywhere.
And he's going to go ahead and start trying to channel power.
All right, you guys can give me some initiatives.
Sorry, but not sorry, guys. Oh, of course, now he rolls high.
I mean, you're the monk.
That would be a 30 on initiative for Iocus.
Damn.
That's what you got last time.
Yep.
Hey, guess what? That's a 30 on initiative for Neville, too.
Well, guess what? That's a 19 on initiative for Calaise. I gotta.
You gotta go through all your stacks.
Go- Gotta
Iocus
through
is
my-
also seeing red right now. Not that it has any effect, but...
That's a bunch of bull.
Ah.
All right. Let's go with Philomena first.
15.
Iocus is a 30. Neville also a 30.
Yes. Roll a nat 20.
And I still got to roll for a couple of other people, but Thea,
24.
24.
Now, quick question. Since I was attacking him, would the miss effect still happen since I missed?
What is the miss effect?
Damage equal to my level?
No.
Okay.
You are attacking an effect that he had in place.
Okay.
You attacked an image, not the dude.
Correct.
Fair enough.
I
He
pulled
put you.
I pulled the sheets out, looked at them, put them on the initiative, and then didn't roll for them.
On the bright side, if I attack the effect and not him, then Greeting Fist only affected the effect, not him.
Okay. So, our order thus far. Iocus and Neville, do you have a preference on who goes first?
I'll go first, if that's okay. Yeah.
All right.
Seems fitting since
Just-
Iocused it up.
Just throwing it out there, you writing on the table is making my microphone.
I understand, but I can't help it.
Just making sure you know you're gonna hear the woo 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 woo.
We can pause the recording to get stuff scribbled out.
It's fine. I'll just.
Deal with it.
It's not like we're covering anything important.
Well, if nothing else, I'll be able to see how it handles and what it sounds like, and that way I'll know what not to do next time.
You would think Iocus would learn the same thing. But there's only so much growth that the character can have. He learned manners. That was it.
Could have just talked it out.
No.
No. We
No.
were gonna punch this guy in the face anyway.
Yeah.
So, let's say that this right here is the building that you guys are in. Let me get some bad guy tokens on the board here.
Do you need an Iocus?
I do.
Do you need a Neville?
Probably. Oh, that die is really sharp.
That was his evil plan all along.
Yes.
Do you have a... We're gonna say...
What do you want? Which one?
let me get this green one. That will be... that will be Calaise, and this purple one will be Nameless. Oh, you guys are really crowded up in here.
Up in here. Well, oh, wait.
Well, technically, Iocus is under the floorboards,
Yes.
being hugged by undead.
All they wanted was a hug. Is that all you wanted, Dr. Philomena? Did you not get
Nobody
enough
has
hugs?
tried.
that what your undead soul really needs? Hugs. So that you can drain their life a whole lot easier.
It would make it easier.
Come on, and give you a hug. You did.
One of these days, Nameless will hug me.
I hope I brought him up better than that.
I'm pretty much his bodyguard.
Well, it's without a body.
Okay.
So you're just a guard.
Well, the bodyguard part of that isn't her body, it's
Yeah.
his body.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Iocus.
Yes.
First thing that happens.
Yes.
At the start of your turn, you take 6 clawing damage
Okay.
as these things are pulling you down into the ground and are biting and scratching at your legs. At the end of your turn, you can make a save to end this effect, but for the moment you are stuck.
Okay. Can I attempt to break free?
You can, but that is an action.
Okay.
If you have something that, say, automatically disengages you, or gives you some free movement like flight or something like that, you can use that.
Well, I'm actually going to use the 3 cunning tricksters. I can pop free from one enemy anytime during my turn as a free action, and so I will pop free of them.
Okay.
And then I will move up to Dragon Bastard.
He has gone out the other side of the building,
I should
is-
still be able to reach him as a move, right?
out of sight.
Okay.
So you can certainly exit the other side of the building.
Okay.
He is not there.
All right. I am.
If you do that, you are there.
Okay. Let's see.
When you get outside, you
What do
can
I see?
there are hands erupting and bodies pulling themselves free. The first one that breaks through the ground is over there on your right side.
Okay.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4 centaurs that are pulling themselves up.
As I come outside and I don't see him, would it be fair that I move up to attack one of those?
Sure.
Okay. Then I have to make the monkey taps the shoulder, because that's what gave me the free effect to pop free.
Mm-hmm.
Dex plus level plus 1 plus escalation die. No escalation die. So that is 9. Alright, so plus 13. Will a 22 hit?
Versus AC?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, so that is punch. That is gore against the one I'm engaged with. Not gore, greeting fist, which is also 2d8. And I am not going to gore. I'm saving that for our dragon friend.
Read that asshole.
Yes. 10, 20, 24, plus strength, 27, 28 damage.
That's group number 8. Alright, so these centaurs haven't quite pulled themselves up. What does your attack look like as you slaughter 3 of them?
I come out and it's monkey taps the shoulder, so he's seeing this and he's really just going to be swiftly smashing down on heads, just whop whop whop, as he comes out and
Whack-a-mole.
yes, well, whack a centaur, but yes.
Like a ghost.
That's fair.
Like a ghoul.
Neville.
All right. So Neville sees that there is a horde coming. Let's see.
So
Looks like there's several groups of undead coming out.
there are these 3 right here are not groups. As they pull themselves up from the dirt, the ones that Iocus has started beating onto look to be civilians. The ones in front of you are wearing armor, and they don't have weapons, but they look like more like the group that you encountered on the way, the patrol. These look like military men, or were.
Okay. So, would you say that with Neville standing at the door, that this is close range to one of
Oh,
them?
yeah.
Okay. Gonna go ahead and use, well, first of all, rolling for Infernal Transformation, automatically don't transform because no escalation die. We're going to go ahead and use the close attack for Chaos Magic. So first, I need to roll a d3 to see whether I'm rolling against AC, PD, or MD. I am rolling against MD. So this is plus 10 versus MD. And that is a 23 versus MD.
That is a hit.
All right, so now we're going to go ahead and roll for the type of damage. That is, let's see, 18 random type damage. But it was not a natural 16 plus, so I unfortunately don't get the special trigger. D4. That is 18 fire damage.
Okay.
And then has a quick action, going to use the ring of, so you, well, rolling backward, Neville puts out his hands and just lets out this scorching burst of flamethrower-like flame that just buffets this one closest thing, this one closest undead minotaur, and then has a quick action, going to use the ring of poor choices on that same minotaur.
So, about that. When Neville holds out his hand, this centaur starts to swell, and it pops as it burns. And it is full of all kinds of black gunk and maggots.
I hate you right now.
Glad that was close and not super close. Engaged.
Yep, so pieces of zombie go everywhere.
Okay, so that one is...
That one is gone.
All right. Then we're going to go ahead and use the Ring of Poor Choices on one of the two that is closest as well.
All right. So what does the Ring of Poor Choices do?
It is a quick action. This ring allows you to subtly influence the choices made by your enemies. When you use it, make an attack of plus 10 versus MD against one nearby enemy.
Mm-hmm.
If you hit, you may suggest a poor choice for the target's next action. The course of action you suggest must be relatively reasonable. Stabbing an ally for no reason is a terrible decision, not a poor one.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go ahead and roll versus its MD.
I'll stop you on that so you don't waste it.
It's mindless.
It is mindless.
All right. I was thinking maybe I could influence it, but it does say, doesn't say anything about affecting mindless creatures.
These creatures are immune to mind.
So I don't have a quick action, but I will go ahead, because Neville is squishy, he will go ahead and take a step back from the door to try to instruct people, give them more of the plan of attack.
Did we remove the ones that popped?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so Neville
There's more in the group.
Neville steps out. There's a bright gout of fire, and steps back in with a disgusted look on his face.
They explode when they are slain. Be careful not to stand too close to them unless you are incorporeal.
Do you have to roll on your demon thing?
I already rolled, and
Nice.
I
You have
didn't
to roll.
roll. Yeah, it has to beat the escalation die. There's
Oh,
no
so-
escalation die.
Yeah.
Or be
Guaranteed to pass this time.
lower, or lower than the escalation die. Yeah.
So, Thea,
So how many of these guys are considered nearby?
if you step outside,
Uh-huh.
you've got 1, 2, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, and 1.
Okay. But only if I step outside.
Yes, right now you can see, I'll say, these two.
Okay. Yeah, I'll step outside for a second.
That's not a smart decision. The ring of poor choices got cast on Thea.
Well, okay.
Iocus is outside.
Because I'm going to use Warlock's Curse.
Yeah, when you step outside, Sabathiel just apparates in behind you in full combat
Yeah.
glory.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm ready to be let off the leash.
I mean, yes, we're doing that. I hit 2 nearby enemies.
All right.
Well, if this rolls, which is, yes, that's a dirty 20.
Okay. Any two in particular?
Nah.
No?
I would say the two big ones.
Okay, yeah, let's do the 2 big ones.
All right. So what is the effect?
12 holy damage.
So funny
It's
story.
versus MD.
That is a hit.
Huh.
Um,
That's a, 2
They-
explodies.
Do they
how much damage total?
12.
12. These things actively shy back from this radiant light,
I know.
and their skin starts to sizzle and pop. They're still on the field, but they have thrown their hands over their faces and are turning away.
Yeah, Thea came out, summoned like a halo of inscripted energy, and it just flowed out to them in a shockwave.
It's like when they're reacting like Ardith does when you try to wake her up early. Ah.
She was comfy against her naked bard,
Exactly.
and they don't have any peace, so yeah, you can go fuck off.
Yep. So Nameless is going to kind of look torn, and Calaise is going to say, "Go help your father." At which point Nameless is going to step out, see you have one of these things remaining, and try to shoot it in the face.
Botch. Oh no, I accidentally shot Dad that disappeared.
Oh no,
all
daddy
these years.
issues.
He does have a reroll, by the way.
Also, oh no, daddy issues might be the name of the episode. Let's see.
We're going to be reusing that one a lot.
That is a hit.
Oh no, Daddy issues. Part
And
2.
You are all nearby. So it's going to shoot that undead centaur in the face as it goes to bite Iocus in the leg. We'll say that when Iocus stands up, that bear is guarding him. So for the next round, until the end of your next turn, you have resist all damage on 14 plus.
Okay.
Which is to say, if someone rolls less than a 14 when attacking you, they deal half damage.
Okay.
Nameless is going to, hold out a hand to you, pull you up. Still haven't gotten quite used to this yet.
Yeah. Thanks, son.
And he, steadies up, puts his back to you, and says, "I've got eyes on that group over there," as a couple more come shambling around. Calaise is going to... everyone except Philomena is going to hold up her staff and then slam it down and then go, "Right, I forgot. That doesn't work. Okay, hold on." And she's going to walk up to each of you and tap you on the shoulder. So, Thea, Neville, and she's going to end up back here with you two. And Iocus and Nameless, you all gain regeneration 2.
So
As-
each turn will gain 2 hit points.
Yeah. as she dusts you with some kind of ground herb, and it's very bitter and pungent.
How long does that last?
It lasts for the duration of the combat.
Oh,
Sweet.
As you wish, you can end the effect at any time and gain a benefit based on the escalation die.
Oh, cool.
Which is to say, on rounds 1 to 3, you can recover from from all status effects, including beneficial ones. On a 4 to 5, on rounds 4 and 5, or 5 and 6 rather, you can gain 15 hit points without spending recovery. Or when the escalation die is 6+, you can end it to gain a second action for that turn.
nice.
She is going to do that, and then you three, Calaise, Nameless, and Iocus, basically end up back to back to back, while more of these things start digging themselves out of the dirt. Philomena. Look, it's your people.
I was expecting make a save.
Honestly, these are undead centaurs, and she's an undead human who hunted centaurs. I bet she put some of these in the ground.
Nah. They look pretty fresh.
These were probably sacrificed by the dragon, so he has some troops.
So I'm definitely not going out that way.
Well, no.
So I'm going to go out the way Nameless and
Are you going for these or those? This
What?
one?
You don't want to help me cover the door?
no. I'll leave you to it.
You can
handle
bathe
it.
in the holy light of Sabathiel, our
good.
Lord and Savior.
I'm good.
Well, you might be.
So I'm going for this group over here.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Philomena goes out the back door.
And, running out with my spirit blade in front of me screaming.
What does your spirit blade look like again? No. I don't need another 10-minute delay in combat. Go ahead.
Good. Maybe I'll delay it another way.
1.
What do you...
20. I'm doing spirit blade.
Mm-hmm.
It is a 24 versus AC.
That is a hit.
So it is 14 negative energy damage.
You just healed it.
Strangely, no. When
Okay. I was going to say, that would be my luck.
when you hit it, your blade goes corporeal as you expect and passes through it just as if you had slashed it. You deal, what was it, 14?
Mm-hmm.
And that is group number 7. One of them falls down, cut in half.
It's like you've done that before.
You remember them being much more resilient when they were alive.
Okay. Next.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
I mean, if I was missing health, I would heal half.
Mm-hmm,
But I'm not missing any health.
I can change that if you'd
No.
like.
You become half not ghost.
Funny story.
So these two are going to rush up to Thea and Sabathiel,
No.
the ones that you have burned. When your holy light stops for a second, they just charge you.
I didn't think of that. I'm sorry.
Hang on.
The first one
But wait, there's more.
is going to try and, as it bites you, its mouth has this not just the foul, gunky, dark matter that's pouring out of it, but it has this sort of radiating black and purple void in the back of its mouth, and it's just going to try and clamp down onto you.
I have to say, this description of everything going on is way worse than the slimy stuff we had to deal with. The spit, whatever
He's
it
like,
was.
why, thank you.
Does a 16 hit your MD?
No,
All right.
not the MD.
Yeah, wow, look how high your MD is.
Yeah, and the second one is going to do the same thing. The unfortunate thing is this is a critical. You're-
About that.
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, when he finishes up.
All right, so you're going to take 32 points of
Holy shit!
psychic damage as basically it bites you, but the bite itself is not what's doing the damage. You feel some foul magic just like barely contained within it, and that is what is eroding away at you.
And he's gonna take 9 damage.
What type?
Holy.
Holy?
From Sabathiel.
Well,
Only I can fuck up her mind.
yep, the good news,
He did.
as Sabathiel turns around,
I imagine all of his halo rings just kind of focus like a lens and
yeah,
Fuck that guy in particular.
Yes.
you know, like this holy energy just focuses into a very narrow beam which cuts that centaur down, and then Sabathiel just continues to focus on it and widens it just a little bit so that its whole body just burns up.
fuck that guy in particular.
From up on a rooftop, click, 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 there's some
Body.
once told me. You hear the sound of claws as that creature, that dragon creature, ran out the back and just took to the sky on these leathery wings as it lands and surveys what you've been doing so far. Promising. I give it a 3 out of 10, somewhere in there. I think you could do better. And let's see. You, which is to say Philomena, you're going to feel this intense tugging at your binding to the armor, and almost as if it was whispering directly in your ear, you're going to hear, but wouldn't it be better to go back to the way things were when you were wild and free, in charge of your destiny? Does a does a 14 hit your MD?
Nope.
Yeah. So whatever binding holds you in your armor bears out stronger, and whatever that influence was subsides, and just in a whisper, as if someone was standing behind you and walking away, you hear, "What a pity, you would do so much better on my side." And when you look up, that dragon is just both eyes wide open, staring directly at you.
Thea, I'm just gonna start yelling, Thea. When you can, you need to come over here. He's trying to take me.
Thank God.
Iocus
is like, oh no, I'm being...
Do you know how much damage she can do?
Yeah, you know how much damage I can do?
Oh no, I'd have to defend myself.
You know what? I'm gonna let her kick your ass.
Yeah, no kidding.
You are, however, going to be swarmed by a group of these undead centaur.
I'm good with that.
Let's see, that is
That was... No, I'm not going to say that on there.
9.
Sounded like someone we knew.
Does a 17 hit your AC?
No.
So you're able to go incorporeal mostly as these things try to scrabble at you and pull you down.
Why is this not working?
Iocus, a group is going to shamble over to you and do the same. That is even less. That is a 16 versus AC?
No.
Didn't think so. That other group that's on
Me.
Philomena that she is engaged with,
Uh-huh.
it is going to do the same thing.
Oh, shit.
That is... I just had a brain fart. 626 versus AC.
Yep, that hits.
So you're going to take 3, 6, 9 damage. And then you and all of these critters both are going to take some additional damage. So you're going to take 12.
12 plus 9.
Yeah, no, 12 total.
Good clarification.
That's real important.
And in this frenzy, they start... At one point, Philomena goes incorporeal, comes back, gets latched onto, and one of them bites into her. Goes incorporeal again, and one of the zombies bites into another centaur, and they immediately rip it to shreds, looking for her.
Yeah.
And then realize she has reapparated right behind them. And for the finale, one more group is going to do the same thing to Philomena.
Shit.
That is one less. So,
Yep.
Shouldn't have kissed that princess.
or should have kissed her more. You're going to take 10 points of damage.
So Philomena's dying.
Again.
I know she's not even close, but I'm like,
Yeah, so as Philomena is being ripped into, she starts leaking ectoplasm. She starts leaking ectocooler.
lap it up. It's precious. It hasn't been made in years.
She starts leaking ectoplasm, which is just this vapory fog-like substance out of her wounds.
There's no shame in being a vapor. It's a good thing.
And
It doesn't define you. It's just how you're classified.
that is the end of round one.
Define me.
So now the escalation die is a 1.
No, that princess you fucked is what defines you.
Different continuity. Different character. Stay on target. Iocus, it is your turn.
All right. First off, I'm going to try and break free from this group as my move action. That's 17. What else do I add for breaking free?
Right now, that
Would
group...
it be Dex?
No, you had nothing.
Okay.
That group, you need 15.
Okay, so I break free, and I get a free move action once per day, which is Leaf on Wind, which is going to let me fly. I'm going to fly up in a backflip, land next to Dragon Bastard.
He is long range, so you need 2 movement actions to get to him.
Funny thing, I took a movement action to disengage, so I still get movement from that, correct?
No.
If you disengage successfully, you get a move, right?
Yeah. Oh, yes. I'm sorry.
So
see what
I get to move, and I get my free move action,
Yep.
which will... I'm running over there, and I'm going to do a flying flip to land.
So you land right next to him.
And
I will say the wind from your landing actually knocks his hood back, and he has a very long, thin, almost bird-like face, with a curved beak at the end, and overly pronounced draconic eyes. He is in fact covered in dark blue and gray scales.
all right. So this is AC, this is PD, and this is MD. I am doing wave crashes against the coast.
All right.
I am making 3 separate attack rolls.
One thing before you roll that.
Okay.
I almost forgot. As you land near him, the wind, the force from your landing knocks his robes back. The second your hooves touch down, you immediately begin suffocating.
Okay. So I take damage?
No.
But you have a condition.
You do have the suffocating condition.
Okay.
And we'll talk about what that means when you stay next to him.
Okay. Well, first, I'm going to punch him because this may or may not matter.
Okay.
Actually, I will do this as 3 separate dice rolls. So it is 8 plus level is 12 plus escalation die is 13 plus 1 is plus 14. All right, so this is AC. That is 21 against his AC.
That hits.
Okay. So if it's a hit, I will put it here. PD is a 1.
That does not.
And, well, actually, let me roll it all up because it considers it a hit because I have 1 hit. 1 plus, 8, 12, 13, 14. Will a 15 hit his PD?
No.
Okay, so that does not hit. And then I have a 31 to hit his MD.
Yes.
Okay, so I do punch plus strength damage because I hit. For each defense that's hit, I get an additional effect. So I hit his AC, so I get to add a D12. So these are punch. So I'm not rolling yet. I'm just assembling my die. That's punch right here. Gets a D12 because AC. Hit against PD. The target is... No, I did not hit PD. MD. The target is hampered until my next turn.
Okay.
This is Greeting Fist. And then I am going to Gore. Alright, so 10, 20, 30, 38, 41, 45, 46, and actually, before I do that, on the 1, do you mind if I spend a key point? Because I can modify my rolls up or down 1, which would make it a 2, which let me re-roll that.
Yes.
Okay. Because I haven't actually dealt damage yet.
Yep.
And that will definitely hit PD.
What is it?
It is a 31.
Yes.
All right. Which...
Fuck this dragon in particular.
Yes.
It lets me, the target is forced to pop free, and I push him in a nearby location of my choice. If it's dangerous, he can make a save. So no extra damage, but it may affect the suffocation. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 1, 45, 46, plus my strength and damage. So 50 damage to him. He is hampered. And I am going to push him off the building that he scrambled onto.
Okay.
So he gets to make a hampered save on that.
He does not need to. He can fly.
Okay.
So you grab him, spin him around in a circle while beating the hell out of him, and then chunk him off the building. And he goes about 10 feet away from you, catches himself, and is hovering in place on his wings.
Okay.
That's fine.
He reaches up and just like flicks a scale and then dusts his shoulder. You'll have to do better.
Would that be magical damage as well because of my fists?
Yes,
Okay. Not sure if that matters at all or
it
not.
does not.
Okay. Oh, and I regen 2 hit points.
You are still suffocating, though, by the way.
I'm not next to him, though.
You are within a certain distance from him.
Okay.
All right.
So what does suffocation do?
It is not close. Suffocation is no breathing.
Yeah. Yes, I cut myself.
Or you don't have to. He'll do that for you.
Okay.
You're going to, in a certain number of rounds, what is your constitution?
My con is 18.
Okay. In a certain number of rounds, you're going to need to start making saving throws, or you will become an ex-Minotaur.
Okay.
Maybe you'll join Philomena. You could
Forever
you could be
and
soulmates.
ever and ever.
I'll just kill myself first.
Neville,
Yes.
it is your turn.
You're already dead.
We are
if you
going to
join
roll
me.
for demonic or infernal transformation. Escalation die is at a 1.
Yes. Also, if you didn't take it last time, and if you need it, remember, Iocus, you have regeneration 2.
Yes. And escalation die doesn't do increased damage, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So that is a 1 for the infernal transformation. So Neville
Little rage monster.
Yeah, Neville sees Thea, his probably the closest thing he has to a friend besides Nameless.
Hey!
Philomena is the nagging mom.
Oh.
And his eyes just they're normally quite red, but they just go like pupils just go completely like tiny little dots, and has his eyes turn into flame, and he just sickening crackle as the horns just sprout from his head, and he starts making a beeline for the Minotaur that is attacking Thea. And let's see, that one's still on her, right?
Yeah.
Yes, there's one that is still just glommed on.
All right.
I mean, I incinerated the one that actually hit me.
As he gets close to it, and he's next to Sabathiel, and is if you can't protect her, then let me do it. And he's going to use the infernal fire plus 10 versus PD.
Mm-hmm.
Guess I need to someone swap out my D4s for replace that green D4 with a red infernal D4, please.
Toss it to me.
Yeah, you don't.
I really don't. Here's this one.
Okay.
I don't want to have to catch it because
That's why I didn't want
Steve's
to.
D4s are insanely sharp for
Dispel
some reason.
dice.
I'm going to
awesome,
re-roll that
beautiful,
one.
and sharp.
There we go. That's much better. So that is going to be a 19 versus PD,
That is a hit.
and so that is going to be 20. Let's see what sort of damage that is. That is going to be 20 fire damage, plus 7 ongoing fire damage.
Well, go ahead and tell me how your fire damage takes it off the field.
So you saw him already use a fire attack. It was kind of like a flamethrower thing. This one is just the flames actually come up from the ground instead of from Neville's hands directly, just ripping through the earth, and just pillars just of what looks like molten hellfire just bursting up through the ground, piercing this thing like a spear, and then closing in on it and just surrounding it, and then just pulling it down into the ground almost, as if the red hot hands of hell itself are pulling this thing down.
That's the name of Martiana's band. It's the Fiery Red Hot Hands of Hell. Speaking of red hot, yeah. The thing that was biting onto you, leeching your soul out, is there in one instant and is just completely incinerated in another. When you look over at Sabathiel, he just gives you the celestial equivalent of a shrug, and then looks at Neville.
And Neville is then going to step out so that he has eyes on the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to point at it.
I'm gonna regen 2 points. Okay. Thea's going to cough, shiver, and try to get off that feeling of being soul sucked. Pat Neville on the head, say thanks, Neville, and then like go like peer around the corner at where Philomena is. And
She has got multiple of these things dragging her down and biting into her.
cool, we're gonna use Warlock's Curse on them because I can hit more than one.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Don't
Okay.
hit me, please.
I can hit 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And 16 against MD.
So that is a hit.
Okay, 12 holy damage.
Okay. So are you targeting the groups with the most or the least?
Are the ones with the least the bigger, badder ones?
No.
No. Let's do the most.
All right. So
Wait, would that be 13 negative? 13 holy damage since it's escalation die? Or is that just
the die does not add.
okay? And then it already hit, so it
The
doesn't
good
matter.
news, I'm going to go ahead and give you this, is your holy wrath tears through a solid 4 or 5 of these. So whatever effect you have from Warlock's Curse, you can affect.
Oh, okay. So 3 to 4 is Curse of Despair. Wait, no, I have to roll.
You have to roll.
I have to roll. Never mind. First time it's actually gone off like that. That's a 2. Curse of Hate. 1 random nearby conscious enemy takes 4d6 negative energy damage.
So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you want to roll me a d6.
6.
All right. So that group over near Nameless and Calaise.
4d6 coming right up.
Yeah. 4. Total 6. 8. 13 damage.
13 damage.
That ain't nothing to sneeze at.
Nope.
Yep. So
Too bad it wasn't holy damage.
what does your Warlock's Curse look like as it bounces from the targets you hit to this other one?
The first one is again that shockwave halo, and then let's see, negative energy. Which ones did we hit again?
This guy, this
The one-
group
the one
over
there
here.
by Nameless and
Torn pages.
Mom. Okay, and the chocolate goes out, disintegrates those near Philomena, and then as it travels towards the other one, the golden halo tarnishes, and then hits them with the 13 negative damage
All
over
right.
there.
Nameless is going to actually
Oh, one more question. Would that be something that Sabathiel would have liked?
not in that regard.
Okay, no problem. Just checking.
That has to be a specific and willful action.
Okay.
Nameless is actually going to take the total defense action and protect his mother.
Who's a good baby?
And Calaise is going to reach in her bag and pull out something, and she's going to toss it up in the air. And there's going to be these, if you've ever seen like flower tea, it looks like those little balled flowers. And when they get up in the air, they're just going to pop open, and some bees are going to pop out.
Hello, bees.
You said bees?
Bees. It is, no, beans.
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 Oh,
Yeah, just
oh.
no, it is bees.
Okay.
God damn it, Gary.
They are going to seek out some targets. And unfortunately, the only targets that are valid is this dragon. So the first one, she gets to add the escalation die to her attack. Is a hit. And the second one is also a hit. So the dragon is confused and is stuck. As
Does that mean he falls?
no, he just can't move.
Okay.
So these bees are swarming him and stinging him, and at a
He's also hampered.
yes, stuck, hampered, confused.
Annoying mortals.
Yeah, Calaise is going to shake herself off and say, "Oh, I expected them to go after anything else, but that works." It is Philomena's turn.
So I'm going to use Spirit Blade on the. Is it just one guy left in the group? Or?
That is number 5. There are still 4 guys.
Okay, well, I'm going to use Spirit Blade on one of the 4.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use my reroll.
Yeah. You just hear Neville's voice.
Yes, use the dust.
And then his infernal voice is, or else.
Much better. So it is 25 versus AC,
That is a hit.
and it is 14 negative damage. I get to heal half the damage.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I get to heal 7.
All right, you take one of these things down.
Yay!
The unfortunate news is the other 3 are still trying to swarm you, which is real bad because you've probably dealt with normal zombies. It's even worse when they have both hands and hooves. So, let's see. The dragon is confused.
Another mark.
Huh?
I have another mark.
What does hampered do? Because I do not recall.
Hampered,
Oh, I guess I could SRD it.
I believe,
Let's see who can find it first.
and I just want to double check.
Steve's looking through the core book, and the other 2 are looking through the SRD.
Hampered. You can only make basic attacks, no frills. You can still move normally.
Except he
Alright,
can't.
That also means no flexible attacks for like fighters and bards. Monsters, that means no triggering special abilities for specific attack rolls.
All right, so stuck. This cannot move.
Can't move, disengage, pop free, change position, or let anyone else move you without teleporting. You're not otherwise penalized necessarily.
Also confused.
And confused, you can't make opportunity attacks or use your limited powers. Your next attack action will be a basic or at-will attack against at least one of your nearby allies, usually determined randomly. If you don't have any nearby allies, you either do nothing much or, at the GM's option, act in a strange, confused manner that suits the story.
All right. So the this dragon is going to slowly spin in a circle, and it's going to reach out whenever it's facing the jungle, where that wall is, and very, very weakly, Iocus is probably the only one that can hear it, is going to say, "Sisters, come to my assistance." And that's going to be its turn. It gets to save against those. So, hampered. Saves. Stuck. I don't see what it is.
It's a 9.
Does not save. And confused.
Oh.
It saves. So, it seems to snap out of it,
But it is still stuck.
but it is still stuck. It is floating in place. A couple more zombies are going to try to take Philomena down. They're very they really, it's disgusting. These zombies only want one thing,
And that's brains.
and that's brains.
Then
Well, to
why
be
is it going after Philomena?
To be fair,
Because she's a ghost, not calling her dumb.
to be fair, it's not really the brains they want.
It's that
it's just
vapor.
It's just anything. We get it. They vape. You are going to take 9 damage. Actually, I lied. You're going to take 12 damage, 13 damage, and they're going to take some damage. Which, in their frenzy, is enough to kill another one of them. This group is going to come around, and Nameless will intercept. And they're going to start chomping into him. Which is not a hit. So this group goes to latch onto him, and that bear that was guarding Iocus just pops out of the ground in between them and gives a roar. These centaurs just back off for a second. Ow. Pencil head broke. We're up to round 3, which means the escalation die is now a 2.
Yay!
Yay.
I can hit more than one.
Iocus.
Hopefully.
This dragon turns its attention back to you, and it holds its hands out, and its claws just grow longer and sharper, and it says, "Do that again."
Do it.
So did he just say, "Hit me, Daddy"?
Yes.
He did.
Are you going to?
Can I reach him?
He's.
How high up is he?
I mean, you're on
'Cause-
top. You're on top of a centaur house, so maybe like 15 feet up.
Well, I did say I tried to throw him down. Like,
Yeah.
I know that he flies, but I was...
Functionally, there is ground level, there is flying, and then there's
Okay.
above flying. So more or less, you guys are on the same height. I don't do precise.
Okay, I was
flights.
just making sure that I could hit him.
I tried it in one game, and it was mind-numbingly tedious to start stacking dice under tokens.
Yes, that is entirely tedious. Well, going back to Iocus seeing red earlier, I am going to spend a key point to move up a step. So I'm actually reset, so that's moving me up to the second one.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to use Rush of Energy in my Crimson Bull form,
Mm-hmm.
which I have not used in quite some time. And so...
I just have to ask, does it give you wings?
no, that's the last step. It's Wings of the Bull.
Oh, there you go.
So I take a -2 to AC while in this form.
Mm-hmm.
But my jab, punch, and kick damage dice explode. So, Dex plus level. That's 12, 13. What is the...
2.
Escalation
So
dice
I'm
too.
getting plus 15, and this is versus AC. That is 27 versus AC.
That is a hit.
All right, so I am getting my punch, which is D8. All right. And it is a natural even hit, so I will be able to pop free and engage a different enemy.
All right.
I don't know if I can or not,
There's not.
but I can pop free. So that's 8, 17 plus 3, 20.
20 damage?
21. Actually, I forgot the fists.
Any dice that explode?
No exploding dice on that one. But I will pop free
Okay.
and take a move action to move out of close range.
With one move action, you can't. With one move action, you can be within close range.
I think he's just trying to get out of the suffocation.
Yes. If that's your goal, you can do that.
Yeah, that's like I was moving out of the range band.
Yes.
So
So you move out of engaged. And
Yes.
the second you get more than like 10 feet away, you feel the breath return to your lungs, and you can breathe.
And then I will regen 2.
Mm-hmm.
And that is my turn.
Nice. Neville.
All right. Neville is going to spend his standard action to gather power. The escalation die is even, and the benefit of him gathering power on the even escalation die is he or one nearby staggered ally heals 10 hit points. Thea is definitely staggered,
Thank you.
so she's going to heal 10. And his next spell attack will be at double strength. For his quick action, he's going to use the Ring of Poor Choices on the dragon. So I need to make an attack versus its MD. That is a 29 versus MD.
That's a hit.
So he is going to subtly influence the dragon to land, and not to
He's
land,
stuck.
but he's stuck. But is going to subtly influence the dragon, making you think something poor but reasonable, like you can take these mortals, even if all of them attack you at once. There's no need to try to get away.
That seems poor. A poor choice, but also a reasonable one, because he knows for a fact he can take all of you mortals.
He's arrogant like that.
Yes.
Nameless is going to
You don't need any spells.
do a thing.
You can take them by hand.
You can just beat them with your tail.
Right? The escalation die is going to go up by 1.
No!
Why is that bad?
Because it has to be even for me to hit more than one enemy. And I've got 3 on me.
But it's one group. It's they're minions.
Was it after me
Nameless.
or is it before me?
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. For some reason, I put a mark on you.
Because he healed me.
So, yes, we'll ignore that. Apologies. Technical difficulties. Thea, it is your turn.
He is a young centaur, so he's really roaring to go.
And Neville is pointing
Yeah,
towards the dragon.
sometimes he goes
Hit the
too
dragon?
quick, and that's a problem.
And pops early.
And don't forget, you still have a reroll too
Yeah, I do. I haven't rolled.
of a d20.
I haven't rolled that poorly
We
yet.
both buy, so we don't have one.
Is the dragon
Neville.
within close?
Of you, yes.
Okay, it's either a ranged attack or unholy wrath. Ongoing damage or instant gratification.
I'd say
Do odds or evens if you can't choose.
That's
Yeah.
true. I mean, because either would be good. Because
The classic gamer decision.
don't
maker.
use your d20.
'Cause
Don't
he-
waste your good juju.
the ongoing damage is a hard save. He might make it, but still. Yeah, let's ongoing damage for this asshole. Okay. I'm gonna use that reroll. It was not a 1, it was a 5. And that was much better. So that's a 23 versus MD.
That is a hit.
And I did notice, while Sabathiel's close to me, I can add the escalation die to spell damage.
Yes.
So that will be 6 ongoing holy damage to this asshole.
The escalation die is 2.
Okay, so 7
Okay.
ongoing holy damage to this asshole.
All right.
Oh, I forgot to add the escalation die to my attacks. I still hit those.
I was going to say there weren't a minute. So.
So everything previously discussed with Nameless is going to happen for real this time.
Yay.
He was just practicing last time. And then he is going to swat this group with his bow. Oof. Or not.
He has a reroll.
That is,
He does.
let's see, technically enough to hit.
Oh, okay.
Then
Well, we'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll take it for he kills one of them. Calaise is going to step up behind him, turn, and just do that full on back kick into the same group.
She's a bunch
She
of
gets a
vodka.
reroll.
Yeah, I couldn't see what it was, and I screwed it up. Which is enough to hit, and it's enough to take the rest of that group out.
I just imagine her just kicking, like stomping them into the.
Don't speak to me or my son ever again.
Yeah, it's more along that, like, she spins her hind quarters around and just kicks one of them in half into the other one, and then looks at Nameless, who looks like he's about to say something, and she says, "It doesn't count. They're already dead." And he just, okay.
Whatever you say, Ma.
Philomena.
Since I can't do what I was going to, then Spirit Blade against whoever's that group that's still attacking me.
Yep.
13 versus no,
Remember the escalation die is 3.
so 16 versus AC.
That is a hit.
So 14 negative damage.
Which
Negative
is
energy damage. But I didn't roll a natural 14.
enough to kill that group.
Just cut them all down with your spirit blade.
Yeah, tired of them biting out your ectoplasm. How do you kill those guys?
I just kind of swoop in and the blade goes right through them. Cuts their head off.
Sure.
Bite me, will you?
So
Bite no more.
the downside to all of this,
Uh-oh.
what I'll give all of you who are on the ground and mostly paying attention, there are more hands coming up.
That's what I figured.
Easily more than originally popped up.
We need to kill the dragon.
What do you think I've been trying to do?
Which, speaking of, the dragon is stuck
He has ongoing holy
and
damage.
has ongoing holy damage, which I need to take 7. Okay.
Does it look like he's taking more damage from the holy damage?
It does
Or
not.
was infernal, his voices should be
It's
much-
burning him as equally as you punching him.
Okay.
Um,
I really don't think negative damage would have been any better.
I don't think so either. But
so that sort of crazy-eyed stare that he leveled on Philomena, he is going to level on Iocus. And you are going to feel somebody behind you talking in your ear, whispering about how if you join him, he will find a way to allow you to work with your wife. Oof. Luckily, it has a miss effect, because that was a 1.
Wow.
Iocus wasn't over here sweating about working for the enemy for a moment.
Not at all.
Let's see. What do I want that miss effect to be? I have a couple of choices. Yeah. So, Steve, could you read me stuck again?
You can't move, disengage, pop free, change your position, or let anyone else move you without teleporting.
Okay. So, this is a teleport. Said dragon is going to effectively do that same thing you saw him do in the building, where for everyone watching him directly, he appears to be in one place, but his body moves back, and just in the blink of an eye, he is back on top of that roof, touching down. And he's going to try to save against being stuck. That is a 16, so he is not stuck. And what is the save for? 16. That is a 12, so ongoing damage remains. New round. Escalation die is a 4. Iocus, you are up.
Iocus is going to finish with Shadow Dance. I get to... I can target up to 2 enemies, which there's no other enemies, correct?
Correct.
Well, before I do that, can I reach him in just a move action?
Yeah, I'd say that's reasonable.
All right, then I don't need...
As tall as you are, you can basically grab the lip of this building and pull yourself up as part of your move action.
Then I will do Wings of the Bull. I will actually... I can make an acrobatic stunt swinging across the battlefield on a rope, chandelier, whatever is available, and engage the target. So I'm just gonna take a flying fucking leap and come in with a flying kick. For...
Escalation die is a 4.
Okay, so that's... Shit. Math. Well, no, I have 8 plus 4 is 12. Plus 4 is 16. Plus 1 is 17. So that's a 33.
Versus?
AC.
Yep.
Alright. So this is his kick dice. Plus my strength. It is a natural even hit, so I get a d4 of extra damage per point of dexterity. Although at level 3, that moves up to a d6. So I have 4 points of dexterity. And dice explode. So I have... Ooh, those are 2 explodes. Alright, so... we're adding 16. So that's 10, 19, 22, 27, 32, plus 16.
48.
48. Oh. 52, 62, so this one explodes.
Take it down.
70 damage.
70?
Plus 6.
So, 76 damage total?
Yes.
Okay.
As I come flying in with a hoof out and just crash into him.
So here's what happens. Iocus just takes this flying leap onto this building and comes crashing down, hooves and fists, onto this dragon. The entire building collapses under him, and you, the rest of you, can hear him pounding away at something in there. Up about 15 feet, floating in the air, where that dragon originally was, is a horrendously ugly figure dressed in a tattered and ripped animal hide. It is almost entirely transparent. It holds out its hand to all of you and says, "Though I may die, your death will be more painful and excruciating and slow." And then it just burns away. Iocus, inside the ruins of this building, you are standing atop not a dragon, but a figure that matches that description, that is broken and beaten, and after about the 12th hit, you realize that it is not a dragon you are slamming on.
Okay. Is it?
And all of the hands that are digging themselves up out of the ground stop.
You'll hear Iocus like do like the bull snort and like shake his head off as the red film kind of comes off of his gaze. And told you to free my wife.
when Calaise rounds the corner, she hasn't noticed it yet, but that sigil is slowly unwinding itself, and the tattoo disappears within a few steps.
Flick, flick. As I flick brain matter and whatnot off of me and step out of the building.
Neville is slowly transforming back into his little gnome self, and this time he doesn't have to straighten out his legs. They snap back into place naturally, but he does have to push one of the horns in the rest of the way.
Everybody alive?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
not that guy.
Who was alive when we got here?
You okay, Philomena? They were chomping on you like a chew toy.
I don't like you right now.
I was inquiring about your health, or what
Yeah, keep going.
constitutes the health of a.
Of a free floating vapor?
Yeah, I tried. I tried to be nice. You see this?
Yes.
I inquired.
Yes.
Calaise looks at you and says, "And yet somehow you came off as more offensive. I'm not sure how you are able to walk around with both hooves in your mouth."
I like this ex-wife of yours.
I didn't say X.
Technically still married.
Yeah.
Okay, I like this. Well, no, not so much. How in the world did you marry him? Why in the world?
It was a particularly complicated and
Okay, so it was like a shotgun wedding
no, it was
by choice?
more of a long series of games and drinking contests.
Ah, that explains a lot.
As they're all talking, Neville is in the ruins of the house, and he's like dragging out the remains of whatever that thing.
He's dragging.
Yes, you see it. It is not a dragon.
What is
Do,
that?
yes, do I recognize it?
You guys can make me an intellect check.
I'd say
That tracks.
it's not a dragon, so I can't apply. the
I rolled a
Proud Star.
1.
Do I add anything to it?
Your level?
Okay.
Take that. That's going to be a 20. Dirty 20.
21 for me.
Okay. I have one.
I rolled a 1.
Oh
I
no.
rolled a 2.
Oh no.
I just know it's dead.
It's kind of mangled, so.
Yeah, it's hard to put the pieces together.
And I still have the lowest amount of hit points at the moment.
Well, I
when-
was able to see it when it.
Yeah, when you kind of mush the bits back together, Neville and Philomena are able to determine that it is a hag of some kind.
That was my
Oh, shit.
suspicion. Hag. Very problematic.
Why?
It's a hag.
Yeah, but so is she.
Hey,
You really want to get punched, don't you? Not by me, obviously.
No, he's always like this after a fight.
Dumb as a rock?
No, he's always like that before a fight.
Yes.
Hags seldom work alone.
Well, I did hear her say sisters
Wait.
to me.
Wait, why are we talking about hags?
And Neville points to the remains on the ground.
Oh, that's very unfortunate. Did she say anything before she died?
She
They were
said
all-
that deaths would be slow and painful.
which doesn't bother me.
And she called for her sisters.
Great.
But hey, your tattoo's gone.
Great. Just one moment. And she puts a hand out, on Nameless. Her eyes roll up in the back of her head. And about 5 seconds later, she straightens up and points off into the jungle and says, "There's the source of your weather problems. The elementals are particularly upset about this because something is forcing them to do things that they wouldn't normally do. And it is completely and entirely upsetting the established weather pattern.
Ah, yes, elementals. I've had some interactions with the ancient elementals before. What? I'm sorry, out of character. What was it? The Council of Elemental, or what was it called in
Caldera.
the Caldera?
They were the elders.
Yeah, they had been introduced to you as just elders.
Okay, I'll. Yes, I actually worked with the elders in the Caldera, so yeah, some elemental exposure.
Kind of. They're very set in their ways.
Yes.
And being forced out of their patterns is causing that.
Yes.
The ones I just spoke to are not happy at all. And they let me know that whatever's causing this is that way.
So, anyone know anything about hags? Do we have to worry if they're the ones controlling the elementals? Or do we have to worry about them showing up right now? Because we can get a move on.
Oh, pick me.
Oh, yes. You. Calaise.
Your wife.
I, as your wife, demand slightly more respect than that.
I am so sorry, wife.
Say please.
Would you care to share, wife?
She says,
More praise next time.
I know when you're being disingenuous, Iocus.
I'm not being
And
disingenuous.
if I had a couch, I would make you sleep on it.
Tell her how pretty she is.
You're pretty. Very pretty. I'm so sorry. What am I doing wrong here? I was being honest.
And
Say
you're
my
still
beautiful and gorgeous and amazing wife.
Yes. Yes. As he
You've read
po-
romance novels. Didn't any of that penetrate your skull?
You know what? You're right. Oh, my wife, you are so wonderful. And after we're done with this, I will take you out to the back pasture and I will show you how. Is that not? Oh. Can you share, please?
I am less inclined to share with you now. And I wish my father were alive to annul this marriage. Having said that, I feel you were more than likely placed under a death curse.
Like just him?
It's fair to wager that all of us were, since we all had a hand in that particular hag's death.
So,
I didn't even hit
There's-
that hag.
It doesn't,
Not once.
It doesn't matter.
Quick follow-up.
It's all about perception.
how does one go about removing said death curse?
Well, you could, I assume, undertake some lengthy purification ritual involving penance and divine intervention.
I don't
Yeah,
like that.
that's not
that
my
idea.
style
No.
either. So, option B?
You could just end the hag's bloodline.
That's more my style.
They tend to
Definitely.
operate in covens.
Ah, excellent. So if they were exercising this much control, they're probably nearby.
That would be my wager. I don't have any first-hand experience, but from what father and grandfather told me, they're the reasons why we let the humans build that wall in the first place. The jungle is
Oh, they
their
let
domain.
us.
One major problem at a time.
Sure.
Do we want to do what the elementals first or get the sisters?
It might be the same thing.
They might be.
I
mean, not-
believe we should save the Centaur plains. Our own fates are already up in the air.
I mean, I was implying that the hags may be making the elementals do the things.
Now, Calaise, you said the elementals over there are unhappy. Would over there happen to be in the jungle?
Amongst other places. Mostly, and she just points east. They've shown me some of the storms. So, mostly there.
Okay.
Believe what you want about elementals, but while they don't particularly hold life sacred, well, yeah, I suppose that's the correct term. They do care about
Balance.
the cycle, and if the centaurs were to just disappear, then the cycle would be thrown off. And she stops and says, "I am so sorry." She walks over to Thea and says, "Let me help you with that."
With what?
And she just starts rubbing some ointment onto you,
Oh.
and then goes, "Oh, right, I forgot. It's back." And she just boops you on the nose, and flowers start to grow all over you, and your wounds, you are back to full health.
Yay! Thank you. Thinking I'm like gonna hug whatever I can grab.
And she pats you on the head and says, I apologize for taking so long. My idiot husband was distracting me with his tomfoolery."
I was trying to help him out and make him be more gracious,
You've
but
liked it in the past.
You can't help.
point.
When a fool reaches a certain level, you can only watch them wallow.
I mean, it was funny.
It was particularly funny.
All right, wife. I have to say, I have been nothing but kind and respectful. I was truly trying to be nice. I killed a fucking hag for you to remove the bindings on you. A little bit of appreciation would be appreciated. Please.
She looks at Thea and just affects this heartbroken face and says, "But my husband abandoned me in my time of need. How could he? How could anything he does in this life make up for such a travesty?"
No.
His destiny
No.
led him to slay the red dragon progenitor.
And come back to save you and our son.
Well,
I am not going to be guilt-tripped here.
as
I
great-
just want a little appreciation.
as grateful as I am, Iocus, I do have one important question.
You did say grateful. I can take that.
Did you come back on purpose?
There was a divine plan that brought me here. So,
But did you yourself choose to come back?
when have I ever had a plan?
I'm going to take that as a no.
Intentional, I would have made my way back. But I follow the guidance that has led me. And it led me from the top of that mountain to the shores of the Centaur Coast. So,
You mean it drops you there?
Then you'll get due praise when you choose to come back voluntarily,
and I will.
but not right now.
Well, I choose to be here right now. So, yes, I choose to be here. You can ask all of them. I seriously considered letting the world burn so that I didn't have to come with this one.
So he's stopping his own death.
He did
I
not.
Is what he
chose.
is choosing.
He did not seriously consider it.
No.
I do not
Our
think he ever
actions-
had
As you have
any intention of abandoning.
so eloquently
his
put
son.
it, our actions are choices. I did choose to leave you, and for that, I regret it and apologize it. But I choose to be here now, and you can make this statement to these people here, but I choose to be here, damn it. So you can choose to either annul this marriage, or you can choose to be thankful for this, but I'm not going to stand here and be disrespected because I have been here every chance that I've been able to be here.
She's just got this big smile on her face and
That was
says,
impressive.
"Well, that was a nice speech and all, but I get the feeling that you can't leave, so you're still not here by choice."
I can leave. That's just the thing. I choose because if I left, the world would end, and yes, I would die, but since when have my actions really cared about that? I am here because I choose to be here. I care about the people in this world. I care about you. And yes, I will leave again because there are other people in my life that I care about that I have to be there for, but whenever I get them taken care of, I'm coming back. So say what you want. I'm not forced to be here. I choose to be here because I want to be here. I choose to fight because I want to.
She says, "I don't think you could dig a deeper hole if I had handed you a shovel." And she looks over at Nameless and says, "Do you think we should forgive your father?" He looks you up and down and starts to nod his head and he goes, "Nah, And they both start walking to the west, which is where we'll end this episode.
Fuck you.
So I don't get healed?
Fuck you too.
I don't think she can heal you.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, would you like that holy healing?
no, I guess not.
You just have to find some livestock to...
Good thing you have all them recovery dice.
Does recovery dice work for her?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
How many do you get?
We'll talk about that when you spend them.
I think
Next
she's after
time.
spend them now.
On these bullshit adventures. I mean, exciting adventures.
We love you, Iocus.
Listen, someone, the Kemet himself has not been able to bust Iocus's balls, but someone is gonna,
And it's going to be your wife.
and it's gonna be your wife.
Oh yeah, I know. It's just all kidding aside. Like as the player, I'm sitting here laughing through all of this, but Iocus hasn't been passionate about anything. So I felt, if there was anything that he would stand up and like push back on, it'd probably be his family.
Yeah.
So
So
he had a good time.
you guys got a mission?
From God, we're getting the band back together.
When Galdrian's involved, yeah. His next magic item is going to be one of those magical one-man band things.
Oh, God.
So technically, yes, you will be getting the band back together.
Ah, fantastic.
Having said that, that's all I got for this episode. I always want to call them issues. I want to say in this issue,
No,
Yeah.
that's what our characters have.
Yes.
All of them.
it's being very generous to
we
say
have
they
subscriptions, not
to,
issues.
to only say they have one issue.
We have subscriptions.
When did I say that they only had one?
That's true.
We're going to be on Galdrian's campaign forever if we have to work out all of his issues.
No, he's completely fine. He is accepting of his birth situation, and he is ready to get back out there into the real world and just pretend that he didn't hear any of this.
All right. Well, you guys got anything?
Nope.
Remember, you can sponsor an F-bomb. We'll F your loved ones. I'll even F your wife.
A fuck hun?
I was gonna say, how does Steph feel about this sponsored promo?
I mean, sometimes she joins in.
We can both F your wife. Actually, hire the entire podcast to F your wife.
I've got $5.
What a coincidence. Yeah, I think that about covers us. Find us at all the usual places, wherever you do podcasts. Download, rate, share, review, smash that like button. Technically, we are on YouTube. Technically.
Technically.
Technically is the best kind of glee.
Yep. Other than that, that's all I got. So thanks for listening. We'll see you guys next time.